Portrait wise, I'm definitely shooting a lot more. I like to keep my stick on the ice and just be shooting a lot. Not recklessly, but just I want to see the moments that are before and after the moment I was going for, because sometimes there's more magic in those moments.
Adventure, artistry, and a whole lot of personality. Jason Marino is a renowned portrait photographer, known for his bold, cinematic style and the ability to bring out the best in every subject. Together with his wife Joanne, they've built a thriving studio where creativity and collaboration take center stage. Their dynamic approach to photography has earned them a reputation for delivering striking imagery with a signature flair.
And so what happens is you go from, working a job to working a business. And so now it doesn't really require our labor. Our labor isn't needed to make money. So even while we're here doing this, there's revenue coming in.
Yeah.
But we don't have to be shooting. We don't have to be doing anything.
What's a memorable shoot for you?
Let's see. So
I never do normal introductions anymore. I just kind of start. But Jason Marino is here with me here at Imaging 2025. How are you, man?
I'm really good. I'm feeling great. Having a good time. Yeah.
Good. We have ran each other into the gym a couple of times.
Yep.
You kicking ass, man.
Yeah, you can't. There's no days off. So it's like
Now I can't not go because I feel like if I don't go, then be like, dude, where were you?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I don't go, I just get mad at myself, and I got to take care of myself. I can't. If I miss, I just don't feel right. It just doesn't feel good. So
Yeah. I struggled to get there, but once I get there, I feel so good. I'm liking that I did it. Jason, tell me a bit about your work. Where are you based out of in the U.S.?
So my wife and I live in a really small, dusty town called Kingman, Arizona. It's about 90 minutes from Vegas, like right in the middle of Vegas. So Vegas is we're like a bedroom community to Vegas in a strange way. And like people go, well, 90 minutes, but it's like out west, it's just the straight, long, flat highway, and you could literally put it at like 85 and just go. And then 90 minutes in DC or something like that, it's like you get 10 miles, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we're able to just zip back and forth uninterrupted, not much traffic, and it makes for an easy way for us to be able to go into Vegas and go back home and get out of that craziness when we want to.
What genre of photography do you specialize in? I know is it school, sports?
Well, yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like it's kind of changed over the years. Joe's been a photographer. My wife, she's been a photographer for a couple decades now. Since high school even, and she was shooting weddings and portraits. When we met, I got into that with her after a couple of years, watching her shoot weddings and for friends of mine even. And I was like, hey, this is kind of interesting. I want to get into this with you. And around 2009, I kind of jumped in with her. And so weddings, quickly kind of started doing a lot of, traveling for weddings. Then we got sick of traveling and our kids were growing up. We wanted to spend more time with them. And we opened up a portrait studio and really got heavy into IPS and just really helping clients get something more out of their experience as clients and consumers of photography. Several years back, we just kind of accidentally started doing volume work with sports and schools because we just didn't like our kids' pictures. And
I know.
so we basically, we just kind of kicked the door open locally and we're like, hey, we want to take over your school pictures. We're like, yeah, sure, let's give it a shot. It was that easy. And off we went.
That's great. Yeah, my kids' photos sometimes are just so bad.
Yeah.
I take them myself too because it's just embarrassing. I mean, it is what it is. Kudos to them, right? They got the gig, they got the bid, whatever it was, and they're doing the volume. But I'm curious about your wife, Joanne. How would you describe her style of photography without using genres or artistic terms?
Intentional?
Yeah,
I would suppose
that she loves.
Yeah, like what does she love to shoot?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she loves to shoot boudoir. But you were saying not, but don't be so specific, or
I'm trying to, without saying boudoir, but how would you paint her style?
oh yeah, no, intentional is the word I would use.
Okay.
Because when I watch her work and how she approaches every shot, it's very thought through and not so much just off the cuff and doing whatever. It's more like she knows exactly what she wants in that moment, and she's very intentional making sure she gets it. And she's not, wasting film, so to speak. She's not just shooting and shooting and shooting. She knows what she wants. She knows exactly how she's going to get it and make sure she does. So yes, it's shot with a lot of intention.
Is there a memorable shoot that she did that you can recall that will forever live imprinted in your mind?
Oh yeah, I mean, and of course it was like a wedding, which I was shooting alongside her, of course, and we the client had he was a kid, he had a Corvette. He's like, you know, a rich kid got a Corvette. And then so he's in driving it, and then his brand new bride's in the passenger seat, and they got the top down. And we have an SUV, we open up the hatch, and we're driving through the middle of the city while she's laying in the back of the SUV taking photos of this moving Corvette going through the city behind us, almost like you would shoot a film, you know, with a car moving. And so that was kind of cool. I'm up front driving, looking in the mirror, and she's back there with a seatbelt wrapped around her leg so she doesn't fall out, and she's shooting right out of the back of the moving car.
A lot of adrenaline.
Yeah, we just do crazy stuff, man. So it's
Awesome.
we just awesome. Yeah.
How about you? How would you describe your style?
I would describe my style. I'm very much into like photojournalism and documentary, and so my style is to look at a scene and the space I'm working in, and then wait for that moment to happen in that composition that I want. And so it's almost like, you know, you got with street photography, you know what your composition is, you wait for the thing to happen that comes through.
Right.
I want to like tell stories without really manipulating what's going on. So when it comes to like my personal favorite thing to do, like I love like photojournalism and documentary. Portrait wise, I'm definitely shooting a lot more. I like to keep my stick on the ice and just be shooting a lot. Not recklessly, but just I want to see the moments that are before and after the moment I was going for, because sometimes there's more magic in those moments.
Are you feeling that you're at a place where you're still growing and elevating? Are you plateauing? Where are you in your craft?
Yeah, that's the funny thing about plateauing. So I mean, I always find new inspiration from, you know, friends and people that are so much better than us at this, and a lot of inspiration from film and movies and TV. Like we have a very cinematic lighting style, so I'm really inspired by anything interesting that gets produced and put out in the film and television realm. So I'm always learning that way. But one thing that does get us stuck in the mud is that since we started with the volume business, there's a lot less creativity in that, especially on the school portrait side. The sports side, there's still a lot of room for creativity and challenges. But with schools, it's you know, you're just in a gymnasium or an auditorium, and you're setting up the same regimented system every time, and your employees are shooting, and so you don't get a chance to shoot much. But with sports, you have some fun, and then anytime we're doing our own portrait clients, I love drawing on the inspiration from you know, friends, film, television, and lighting concepts that I'm seeing used, and color, and you know, compositions that I find really interesting.
I'm sensing a heavy storytelling
Yeah.
into the style. So similar to what I asked about Joanne, what's a memorable shoot for you?
Let's see. Well, okay, yeah. So we've traveled quite a bit doing stuff. I would say we in 2012 we got asked to go to New Orleans and shoot a voodoo wedding for this couple that was traveling the world getting married in like 200 different nations or something. And so they asked us to shoot their wedding in New Orleans. It was voodoo, like, and it was happening like in a graveyard, and like a voodoo priestess doing it and everything. And it was really cool. So that was really fascinating. And then the cool thing is we kind of made quick friends with them and scheduled to go see the brand new James Bond Skyfall film that was coming out in 2012. And so we actually went to the movies like later that day and had a nice time. And we became, Joe and I've always loved James Bond. She became a big James Bond fan after watching that film. And subsequently, a few years ago, we built a home that very much has a Bond villain feel to it. And it's called Skyfall.
It's very good.
Oh, thank you.
It's a so sounds like
Yeah, we named our house Skyfall. So that's, I don't know if people name their houses too often, but we felt like it was prudent.
I need to get to a point where I name my house.
You know, it's a weird, it's almost, it's too much. Almost, it's pretentious, I think, maybe. I don't know, but we're having fun.
We only live once.
Don't judge me. I'm having fun. So.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. I guess, sir, you're The Rock's body double. What?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
No one believes that.
I can see it.
They literally like show me like I have to show pictures. We were in a car last night with Amber Henry, and she's like, I've known her for years, and she hasn't had and she goes, you know, did anybody ever tell you look like The Rock? And I'm like, yeah, all the time. And everybody starts laughing in the car.
Because they know?
Because they know. And I'm like, wait, you don't know? She's like, I don't know what? I'm like, you don't know. And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm a double for The Rock. She's like, you're full of shit. You know, so
what is that industry like? What is it like to be a body double for?
It's weird, right? So, and I know people are watching, they're going, well, you don't look like you have the same body. We actually are the same height, we're the same weight, we're the same chest size, same shoe size, all that good stuff. Same measurements. Yeah, he's a little bit bigger than me in the arms and stuff, but I also am not putting down 6,000 calories a day and I'm not lifting 4 hours a day. And I'm okay with that. I don't want to be any bigger. But it's a really neat thing, man. So I'll just basically get a call. I have an agent now and they go, hey, DJ's doing everybody calls him DJ in the industry side of it. And, ooh, yes, DJ's got a thing and he needs you to go to LA for, several days or a week or go do this, go do that, go to Atlanta, do this movie, do this movie. It's a lot of like NDA stuff. I often can't share or even talk about it technically, because it might be a Disney project or something
Of
like that.
course, yeah.
But, the latest one I did with Red One, and then we did a promo for it for Thursday Night Football. The cool thing is the production company that filmed it shot a bunch of behind the scenes content and then they put that out publicly. So I'm in that and DJ's in that. And so I'm able to go, hey, look, everybody, here's me working with DJ versus people just hearing about it. I can actually show it, which was fun. Um, it's can be boring at times, but because there's a lot of like hurry up and wait. I have a call time, so I have to be there maybe 8 o'clock, and I have to be there till 5 or 6 at night. And sometimes I don't work until noon. I may only work for an hour that day. I may, they may call it early, but I get paid for the full day no matter what I'm doing, which is kind of cool. And it's always, you're always around movie stars and you're always around really neat people, and the crews are incredible. And it's neat because you get to see some of the lighting techniques in person on the movie sets and some of the incredible work the grip guys do. It's a mind blower, right?
It's a team, and at the end of the day, no different whether it's just you have a team of photographers or et cetera. It's always a deal, man. It always works better when people collaborate. We tend to be very singular in the photography industry.
Right.
But when you open up and to start to interact with others and help each other, it's pretty badass, man.
Yeah, it's something you can be proud of. It's really cool.
Now, what brought you and Joanne here at Imaging?
So yeah, we are here educating this week, and we would come anyway because we just love this show. So I've been coming for about 5 years actually. And we usually are teaching here. Had a platform class last evening, and it was actually talking about having a portrait and wedding brand, and then adding volume photography to that. Because
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah, I mean the volume side, people like I laughed at it. It was corny to me. I was like, volume, give me a break. Like I'm an artist. I don't do volume photography. And then I was like, oh, that money though is like crazy, right? So
You set up once, you shoot, and then you set and take down once.
yeah. I mean, and it's you have a staff, and so what happens is you go from working a job to working a business, and so now it doesn't really require our labor. Our labor isn't needed to make money. So even while we're here doing this, there's revenue coming in.
Yeah.
But we don't have to be shooting. We don't have to be doing anything. We can be here all week hanging out, and we make money all week. And we have a staff, and we have other photographers, and we have supervisors, all that good stuff, and they're taking care of things that need to be taken care of. And we're just maybe check email here and there, and answer things on Slack. And I think that's a really somewhere that there's unlimited growth and unlimited potential. And it's the kind of thing that you can literally make a great revenue from and sell the business someday and retire someday. You can't sell yourself as a business. You can't sell your studio and go, hey, I've got a studio that everybody comes for me.
Yeah.
So I want to sell this. It's either you work until you die or you work till you can retire. But doing this, it's like having multiple for every school is like another Circle K franchise or another 7-Eleven.
It's your way of putting it. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So you're also, both of you are ambassadors for Geekoto,
Yeah.
which is sponsoring the podcast. Tell me, why you guys work with Geekoto? Why this, out of all the companies here,
Yeah.
what's unique about Geekoto?
Well, so for us, it's like relationships are like a huge part of everything, and being having great relationships with the people who are involved with the company, who are kind and thoughtful and care about the community and care about us, and we can first and foremost just to have a nice laugh and to have a meal and be able to communicate and talk, and then from there it becomes about the equipment or the product or whatever it is that we're working with, and of course it has to be effective. It of course has to be great. And the cool thing is we use Geekoto stuff like every day, and it gets beat up by us because we've got photographers who are starting all the way to like they've been doing it for years, and they're taking this gear out into the field, even sometimes with us or without us, and they're doing it in Vegas or doing it in Arizona, and doing it in the rain, doing it in the cold, doing it in the heat. and they're shooting, tons of sports with it and just beating the hell out of this stuff. And it just keeps taking a licking, keeps on ticking. It's like Timex,
Yeah.
takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
Yeah.
And so it's really been solid for us. The price point's like remarkable. And if we need something, I mean, we literally just send a text message to the guy who owns it, and like, hey, we need something. It's like, cool, I got you. And 2 days later, we got what we need. And I love that relationship.
They're very thoughtful when they put their hands to help the people in California. I never saw that from anybody else.
Right?
It's very nice for them to help other artists, saying, "Hey, you got impacted. Let us know.
Yep.
We'll help you out."
Yeah. No, they're good dudes, man. Absolutely. I love it. Good people.
So what's next? What are you guys going to next or imaging?
Let's see. Got a photo walk in 1 hour.
Okay.
And we're gonna be doing that with our good friends at Cheetah Stand. They take good care of us. We like to take good care of them. And we have a nice little party tonight with our friends Fundy Software and Aftershoot.
Very fun beat.
Yeah. So as soon as we're done with the photo walk, we're gonna be racing over to the little Fundy and Aftershoot party tonight. After that, I'm sure we'll have dinner somewhere, and I don't know. I'm gonna probably stay up too late again. I'm an old man. I'm gonna stay up too late.
Better fuel the gym tomorrow, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit the gym in the morning, and then we're actually getting out of here tomorrow afternoon. Which it's always kind of bittersweet because I love going home. I like being at home, but this is like our summer camp. Every is in winter, and every year it's so nice to see all of our friends and meet new friends. See all of the great teams and people we work with, and just be around our industry and the people in our industry that we love so much. And it's always an honor to be able to show up and do that.
It's a shared sentiment for sure. Before I forget, how do people find your work, Joanne's work, online?
All right, cool. So yeah, I mean, on Instagram, my handle is just the Jason Marino, Jason Marino, which it's Marino. I'm sure you can put a little something on the bottom of the screen. Joanne's is the Joanne Marino, Joanne Marino.
Okay.
And then our work is Imagine Photo AZ on Instagram. Imagine Photo AZ. Yeah, you can see our work there. You can see our personal lives on our Instagrams. Don't post a lot, but I'm trying to do a better job of that so people can.
You got plenty on your plate.
Yeah, I want people to get a little more inside of my life, and my wife's always encouraged me like, "You have an interesting life. You should share it more." And I'm like, "I know, but I'm lazy." So. I'm doing my best.
Well, Jason, appreciate you taking the time. Great talking to you. Great meeting you. I'll see you at the gym tomorrow.
Yeah, it was a real pleasure. Thanks for having me, brother.
Bye, man.
All right.